Welcome back to my channel, and today it is a long-awaited cooking tutorial. This is going to be like a broken down version. I try to keep it like really simple and show all the steps. We are going to be making curry chicken. So curry chicken is like one of my favorite foods, and I'm going to show you how to make it without using or people who have me on social media know that I'm not a big fan of like all these like mixed seasons and like I guess they're called all-purpose seasonings. I don't really use those. So I'm going to show you how to make it, and I promise you, if you have to do it exactly the way I do it so you can understand and see what I mean, because a lot of cooking to me is the way you cook it and not just the way you season it. Like for example, like if you're making like steak, you got to get that sear on it or it just doesn't taste right regardless of the seasonings. So it's very important to watch how it's cooked and the steps in order that it goes, if that makes sense. I'm still getting used to doing voiceovers, so pardon me. But anyway, so I got my big yellow bowl, and I'm using chicken thighs with the bone in. In the end, I kind of regretted it using all chicken thighs because they kind of like literally fell all off the bone and it was like too soft almost, but it was still really good. You can use like other forms of chopped chicken. I know people use the wings and the legs. Like I guess you could use any part of the chicken or the whole chicken. So I was rinsing it off and cutting off some of the extra skin. I obviously left some of the fat and skin on because I think it gives it flavor, but I cut off the excess that I felt like was too much. So here I poured salt all over it, and I'm gonna pour in some vinegar and add some water after, so that way I'll let that sit and it'll sort of be like a brine, but kind of just to clean the meat also before cooking it. So there was the vinegar, and I put some water, just enough to cover it, and then just let it sit for a while. So the thing with curry chicken is like it takes a while to cook. It's not one of those things you could rush. To me, like if you rush it, like to me it doesn't taste right. That's why sometimes you go to restaurants, you get curry chicken and it just doesn't even have that curry flavor, or it's just not falling off the bone the way it should because it's not cooked long enough. So I think all of these steps in order is what's going to give you that good flavor and the right cook on it. Okay, so now we're going to get to the seasonings that I use. We got tarragon, we got some regular salt, and particularly when it comes to the curry powder, this is garlic powder, but this curry powder is the best one. I'm telling you, look for this one. It's not the same. All curry powders are not the same. We got onion powder, and we got some paprika, and then we have black pepper, and I also use some fresh thyme. I know they have like dried thyme in a thing, but I like this thyme, the fresh one. So here's where I'm going to season it. I don't use measurements. I don't know anybody who really uses measurements when they're seasoning food, because when you learn, you kind of just learn how to do it like by the amount of shakes. I know that sounds crazy, but that's really how I cook. I know how many times to shake it and just like what it should look like. But you can also always put it and then mix it into the meat and then add more if you feel like it needs more. I feel like you'll just have that feeling if it needs more. You know what I mean? Cooking is like you have to get experience with it, and the more you do it, the more you'll know. When I first started cooking, I would over salt everything. It was terrible because I just didn't know how much to put. But as I started cooking more and more and more, I got it down. Perfection. So that's the tarragon. I don't remember if this, I think this is onion powder. I don't need to talk during this part. You guys can see what I'm gonna do. You're gonna season your meat and then you're gonna mix it all in together and let it sit for a second when you get your pan ready or your pot. Okay, y'all, so that's done. So I put a little bit of oil over it. I don't really know why I do that. I just like to do that because there's going to be oil in the pot anyway, but I just feel like it seals on, it packs on the seasonings on the chicken. So I switched to a spoon because it's like when you're cooking chicken, it's annoying when you're seasoning it and you have to keep washing your hands every 2 seconds. Y'all know how I feel about my nails, so I just don't like to keep washing my hands that many times. We're already washing our hands enough because of this coronavirus. So it's like, if I don't have to wash them every 2 seconds while I'm cooking chicken, because then you want to touch things in the kitchen and, you know, you catch my drift. I did forget one thing that I put into the pot. So I'm just going to tell you guys now. I also put some ginger in here. I took the, oh my God, what is it called? The shredder. Oh my God, what is that called? It's too early. Well, I shredded it up and put it in the pot. And as you can see, I added some more tarragon. I just told you, you gotta add as you go, man. You know the vibes. It needed a little more. It looked like it needed a little more. And I think I added some more curry powder at some point. So here I'm going to chop up some fresh garlic. And I'm going to mix that in the bowl with the chicken. And then we're going to get ready to cook it. Yeah. Y'all, I just had to go and think. It's a grater. A grater. I was so mad at myself I couldn't think of that word. The grater. So I used the grater to shred the ginger into the pot. Sorry about that. Okay, so the next step that you're going to see with the pot is the most important. You're going to put this oil into the pot and let it get hot. Put it on like high or medium and let it get hot. Do not put the chicken in until it's hot. Okay, this is the sound you want to hear. Do you hear that sound? That's the sound. We're going to put it down, skin side down. Then I poured some more seasonings on top after it was cooked a little bit. I did let the skin cook. I let it cook for a little while before I added the coconut milk. You're going to add the coconut milk and you're going to add a little bit of water. You're going to cover the pot for a while. I covered this probably for about 40 minutes before I even touch it or really look at it. You're just going to let it boil. Just let it keep boiling. Now here's where I added my potatoes. I don't like to add the potatoes too early because it breaks down too much. They get mushy and it's like stew at that point. I mean, it's supposed to be stewed, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, I also forgot. I'm sorry guys, I'm working on it. I added green peppers too. I'm still trying with this vlogging thing, y'all. It's a little difficult for me. I'm not the type to record everything. But I did add green peppers, and I was saying here that it had been cooking for about an hour and a half. at this point. So yeah, it was looking good, sis. You right. That shit is falling off the bone.
We're gonna do like 30 more minutes, maybe 40. All right, yeah, I did not record it, but I did cut up just some cabbage. This is just cabbage, and I'm gonna add some onion and carrot to this.
Okay, there you have it, guys. This is the finished product. Don't mind my plating because I was tired and hungry at that point. We got white rice, cabbage with veggies, and curry chicken. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'm going to be doing some more cook with me videos that's actually going to see me doing the cooking. But I just want to give you guys something, because when I made this curry chicken and I put it on my story, everyone wanted to know how to do it. And I know a lot of you guys can cook, but I know a lot of you guys are new with cooking. So hopefully this was easy enough to understand. It was broken down. It was step by step. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Oh yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and share.